Welcome. So today we're going to dive into something really important: how to transform trading from what feels like a game of chance into an actual structured professional business. It's all about moving beyond hope and luck to building something solid, kind of like how an architect designs a detailed blueprint before anyone lays a single brick. So let's just start with the most important question you can possibly ask yourself. Are you really trading, or are you just gambling, but with extra steps and fancier charts? Getting this right, really getting this right, is the foundation for everything we're about to cover. It really boils down to these two paths. On one side, you have the gambler. They're driven by gut feelings, pure emotion, and hey, when things go south, they're quick to blame the market. But on the other side, you've got the professional. They operate with a clear strategy, with logic, and with total accountability. And trust me, it's not a small difference. It's a completely different universe. Now, most traders, when they're starting out, they land squarely in that first column. They get caught in what we can call the gambler's trap. It's so easy to fall into, right? You're relying on tips, on feelings, just hoping for that one big win. But it's a trap, and it almost always leads to a ton of frustration and, well, losses. So how do you get out of that trap? Well, it's not about finding some secret indicator or a magic formula. No, it's a fundamental identity shift. It's all about adopting a business-first mindset. And this is probably the single most critical step any new trader can take. So what is this business-first identity shift? It just means you stop being a hobbyist playing around and you start acting like a business owner. Think about it. You are the CEO, you're the risk manager, and you're the lead analyst for your own trading operation. Every single decision, it all rests on your shoulders. And this quote, wow, it just gets right to the core of that shift. You stop blaming all those external factors. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. But you chose the entry, you chose the exit, and you chose the position size. The outcome is your responsibility, and let me tell you, taking that ownership, it's incredibly empowering. Okay, so you've got the mindset. Awesome. But how do you make it real? How do you put it into practice? You do it by drafting your trading plan. And look, this isn't just some casual suggestion. This is the formal business plan for your new venture. The whole point of this plan is to build a fortress of logic around your emotions. Because in the heat of the moment, when the pressure's on, fear and greed can just take over. Your trading plan, that's your predefined, structured framework that you fall back on to make rational decisions no matter what. And here's what that actually looks like. Your plan formalizes your entire strategy, giving you crystal clear rules. You define your entry rules, so you're not just chasing hype. You set your exit rules for both your wins and your losses, so one bad trade doesn't completely wipe you out. And most importantly, you manage your risk on every single position. This is what separates the pros from the amateurs. It totally removes the guesswork. All right, now even with a perfect plan, there's this huge psychological hurdle that we all have to face, especially when we're starting out. And that's the very real fear of losing money. This is where we need to talk about the price of experience. This fear, it's often called trading with scared money. When the capital you're putting on the line is money you can't really afford to lose, it just poisons your decision-making. It'll make you cut your winners short and let your losers run way too long, all based on fear instead of your actual strategy. Just think about this for a second. A $250 loss. For a lot of people, that brings up this feeling of failure or frustration, maybe even defeat. That emotional reaction right there, that's what we need to reprogram. And this is the reframe that changes everything. Instead of seeing that loss as some kind of personal failure, you start to see it as a tuition fee. You just paid the market $250 for a valuable piece of data, for a lesson in execution, for some hard-won experience. It's just a business expense, It's not a personal defeat. So when you combine that business-first mindset with this new way of looking at losses, that's when the transformation is complete. You stop being a passenger, just along for the ride, and you start becoming the architect of your own trading career. And being the architect, well, that means embracing total accountability. Look, in a normal job, someone might check your work, right? There's a boss, a manager. But here, there is no safety net. You are completely and solely responsible for every action and every result. This is exactly how the architect thinks and makes decisions. Every single trade becomes a calculated business move, not just a random gamble. every action you take is justified by your business plan. And your success, it isn't measured by one lucky trade. It's measured by consistently executing your system over and over and over again. And this really shows you the full journey, the whole shebang. You move from being a hobbyist who's just playing the market to a professional business owner who is operating a business. It's a really profound shift from just reacting to the market to acting with a clear, defined structure. So, that leaves us with one final and really crucial question. Now that you have the framework, what's the first rule you're going to define? What is the very first line you are going to draw on your own personal trading blueprint? The architect's chair, well, it's waiting for you.